Hi everyone, Radical Dreamer here. Welcome to the Postal Code Unknown podcast for Tuesday, July 18th of 2017. I should be returning home by tomorrow, so I should get those audio versions up if they aren't already. Thank you again for your patience, and I hope you enjoyed today's story. What I've got here for you today is what appears to be a deck of cards, and sort of going off of yesterday's theme of hiking. I'm sure as you've sort of gotten to know me better or will get to know me, I enjoy hiking quite a bit. It's something that I've done all over the world. This is a deck of sort of like hiking cards that sort of gives information about different places in Victoria, Australia, with little maps, sort of like hike information. So this one is from Yu Yang's Regional Park. I didn't make it there. But it's a good sort of guideline for me to sort of look at, because I don't think it's the last time, well, it's definitely not going to be the last time that I visit there. And I got this actually in one of the places that ended up being a real surprise. One of my favorite places that I visited in the entire time that I was in Australia, which is the Grampians National Park in Victoria. It's near, we stayed in a place called Halls Gap, which is north of sort of Portland, not Oregon, but Portland, Victoria, Australia, which is near the end of the Great Ocean Road, and it's sort of west of Melbourne, so it's sort of like northwest, sort of like up in the mountainous areas there, and was a really spectacular stop for a number of reasons. First, I think sort of like this is early on in my trip to Australia, and I hadn't really seen any kangaroos yet, and I know a lot of people sort of go like, okay, well, I mean, like, it's silly sort of, but, you know, as a tourist, because, you know, you're a visitor or a traveler or whatever you want to call it, I was really excited to sort of see a real kangaroo, and I hadn't really seen any at all. But driving into the Grampians National Park sort of later in the night, not quite at dusk, we saw a few wallabies on the side of the road, so that was the first thing. And then I remember freaking out because I saw 2 to 3 kangaroos over in a corner. And as soon as we got into Halls Gap, there was a field that probably had 50 or 60 of them and a bunch of emus, which was just absolutely wild. Like, I can't tell you how excited I was and how silly I felt for being really excited about those 3 kangaroos I saw like 15 minutes earlier. We actually also, the place that we stayed, had a pet emu, which was really freaking me out because he would growl. I mean, he was nice. I believe his name was Bert, which is just strange, but kind of a cool thing. And the Grampians National Park has several hikes that we did while we were there. I believe one was Mackenzie Falls, which was really nice. You can kind of go a little bit further than you need to, sort of down to this place called Fish Falls. That was good, but the real highlight was the Pinnacles. That's a much more strenuous hike, but they've got their own Grand Canyon area, sort of like, which is the first like maybe sort of quarter mile through the hike. It's sort of like a side track that you can do. But what's really nice about it is it was a very technical hike. It was not terribly difficult. And it's just got absolutely extraordinary views at the top, sort of looking out. There's this really sort of jutting out promontory. The nice thing about the Grampians themselves are they're these mountain ranges that basically have this really interesting shape. And a lot of the mountain ranges in Australia are so old that they're mostly sort of like much higher mountain ranges, like what the Himalayas are today. They used to be millions of years ago, and they've been worn down by sand and wind and time and water. The Pinnacles were absolutely spectacular. So if you're looking for something to do, especially if you're in Australia to visit the Great Ocean Road, don't miss going to the Grampians National Park. It is a gem. It is an absolute wonderful place, and I can't recommend it strongly enough. Again, it won't be the last time I'll be using those cards, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have questions about hiking, not just in Victoria, but anywhere in the world, feel free to leave me comments. Share this with your friends if they are looking for advice hiking as well. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more of what I've been doing outside of these videos, you can see more at theradicaldreamer.com, where I've got articles and photographs, with travel advice and stories that aren't just in a video format. You can follow me on Twitter at @OneRadicalDreamer or on Instagram at @aRadicalDreamer if that's something that you're more interested in. If you're interested in supporting me, I do have a Patreon page up as well, which you can find at patreon.com/TheRadicalDreamer. And that's a way for as little as $1 a month you can help support me get better equipment and do more videos of this type and make a whole bunch more cool stuff to share with you in the future. And last but not least, if you like what you've been seeing on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and send a couple comments. I'd be happy to answer more questions in future episodes of the podcast. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Take care. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more of what I've been doing outside of these videos, you can see more at theradicaldreamer.com, where I've got articles and photographs with travel advice and stories that aren't just in a video format. You can follow me on Twitter at @OneRadicalDreamer or on Instagram at @aRadicalDreamer if that's something that you're more interested in. If you're interested in supporting me, I do have a Patreon page up as well, which you can find at patreon.com/TheRadicalDreamer. And that's a way for as little as $1 a month you can help support me get better equipment and do more videos of this type and make a whole bunch more cool stuff to share with you in the future. And last but not least, if you like what you've been seeing on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and send a couple comments. I'd be happy to answer more questions in future episodes of the podcast. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Take care.